Okay, well, good afternoon again. This time I think the streaming will work. I actually walked downtown without streaming because for some reason the phone decided to hook up to 3G and that just wouldn't support the streaming. So I am downtown. It's actually snowing a little bit. And I'll walk home from here, stretch it out a little bit by going over to Broad Street, I think, and then home from there. So this is on Hamilton. Just get that going. Not very nice at all, really. I was just at the TD Bank here. And we got Scotiabank over there. Royal Bank is down that way. So, the heart of the financial district, you might say. There's also clothing stores and things down here. We'll go all the way down to Broad and then walk back along, start from there to walk back to stretch this out a bit. So if you did check in earlier and wondered what happened to me, that was it. I just couldn't keep the stream going because the phone, for whatever reason, decided it would only connect to 3G. And I had to actually restart it in order to get it to go to, 5G right now down here. This used to be the Bay, this building on my right. Yeah, it's got other things in it, including radio stations. That's parking garage over there. Snowed enough you can see a little bit blowing on the road there. So as I started to say, you know what? I don't know if I can get that out or not. I probably can't. There's a lot of wind, and that means there's a lot of dust, and the dust gets in my contacts. So coming down, I was in quite a bit of pain, actually, because of the dust in my eyes. Hopefully that doesn't happen on the walk back. What I started to say when I started the walk before was that I interviewed a major author today for the podcast. I talked to Sherry Lynn Kinman, multiple New York Times best-selling author, 70 million books in print, something like that. Quite amazing. She was a pleasure to talk to, and that podcast episode will go live this Sunday. I normally do them every 2 weeks, and I just did one this past Sunday, but because the Kickstarter is continuing, I want to put that one out right away, just to promote the Kickstarter. So this is Broad, and what street is this? 15th, I guess? 14th. No, 15th. No, 14th. You'd think I'd know. 15th. There's no 14th. Actually, it's 12th. So there you go. I'm completely turned around. Broad Street, that's the, used to be called the Regina Inn. There used to be a pub in here, but not anymore. Right, of course. 12th. No, what am I thinking? Of course, I'm on the north side of Victoria. So yeah, 12th, then Victoria, then 13th. That's the way that works. There used to be a theater over there. Stage West used to have a theater down there, and then there was a dinner theater that performed there, but I think it's gone as well. On the Kickstarter front, less than $250 to go in order to fund. 11,758 last time I looked, which was just a few minutes ago. And I think I will go this way. No, that's boring. We'll go this way. Stick to the main road so I can walk in front of the hotel. Actually a nice bit of warmth coming off of the bricks there. It's the Saskatchewan building there. It's a double tree now. It used to be called the Regina Inn. There's another hotel over there, or what it's called at the moment. This is a Ramada here on my right. There's the rooftop restaurant. I've never actually been on their roof. Doesn't look very nice today. I'm going to wish I'd put on my sunglasses despite the fact it's not actually sunny. I don't know if I can get them out or not. Probably not. Anyway, not pleasant at all. Walking along Victoria now, as I often do, but usually further down. Just kind of did a big U-turn there. We'll go this way. Now there's no easy way for me to get at my sunglasses. They're in my computer bag, but it's not easy to get to. This is the Motherwell Building here, which is now condos. Used to be an office building. That is still an office building over there. That's what used to be the Cinnaboy Club. It is now Crave Kitchen and Bar there. I guess they call this Victoria Place, but it was once known as the Motherwell Building. That's Victoria Tower over there, so a lot of Victoria going on here. So the Kickstarter, as I have mentioned, and will continue to do so while it's still going live, is in aid of the third anthology I have kickstarted featuring authors who are guests on my podcast, like Sherry Lynn Kenyon was, or will be this weekend. And you can find it at tinyurl.com/shapersofworlds3. He's speeding. That truck. tinyurl.com/shapersofworlds3. Lots of great backers rewards, including Zoom chats with me, among other authors. Tuckerizations, your name used as a character in a story. Books, audiobooks, ebooks. Poetry by Jane Yolen, written just for you. So if that sort of thing interests you, go check it out. The older apartment building's over there, and then a brand new one next to it, condo building. That was built just a few years ago. This used to be where you picked up packages that had been sent to you by bus. Picked up many a Christmas package here. But they moved the bus depot, and then we don't have a bus service anymore. We don't have the provincial bus service anyway. I don't know what they call that building, and I've never been in it. There's a coffee shop there I keep meaning to go into too, called Fix. I've never been into. Oh, Gardens. The Gardens on Rose, it's called. There you go. Now I know. This is Rose Street, which is not one I walk along very often, so this is a little bit new-ish. That's the Shriners building there, back of it. Apartment building there. Older apartments there. This is 13th. We'll go this way just because there's no crosswalk there. Would have crossed, but there kept being this annoyingly spaced vehicles going on. Ooh, some green grass. Happens to be fake, but at least it's green. There's a lot of foot traffic down here right now. People leaving work already? Is it no, it's after 4:30. I guess that's what it is. People leaving work. Some of them anyway. There's a bit of ice here to watch out for. I've always liked the looks of this building, the Capel Apartments. I've never been in there, but I like the look of them, and they've usually got really nicely kept grounds. And sure enough, I've got something in my left eye which is hurting. Bit of grit from the wind. There's the other entrance. And there's one next to it that looks similar, but they're not actually the same building. So there's actually a gap between them. It's not quite as nice looking. Like just a notch down. Bellevue Court, that one's called. Hello. Wendy. Hi, Wendy. I'm trying to see what you're saying. It's hard to get the... yes, that's a pretty building. Unlike these, which are kind of nothing to write home about. There's a lot like this in Regina. I've never been in here. It used to be a Japanese restaurant, and we celebrated our first anniversary in here. It hasn't been a Japanese restaurant for a while. I don't actually know if it's still functioning or not, as whatever it turned into. This brought us to Central Park. Somebody walking along with really loud music blaring. Like really loud. Oh, a bit more ice here than I was hoping for. That's where the Prairie Dog newspaper is, or used to be. I think it's still there. This is Central Park, our version of Central Park. These are kind of interesting. There's these little houses, condos I guess, in front of this apartment building. They're clearly all part of the same complex, but very different. So the streetscape looks like these little houses, and the taller apartment building is set in behind it. But I'm sure they're all part of the same complex. Oh, here we go. Let's go through Central Park. And of course, as I mentioned before, over there is where we have a condo where we lived when we were first married. We still own it, but we don't live there at the moment. Downtown. Gazebo. Then down here, this is particularly interesting with the book I'm publishing this fall by Gail M. Smith called Thickwood. Hello, Brian. Central Park used to be more of a sports park, and this is a little monument to, well, here you go, it talks about Central Park here. established in 1908 as a neighbourhood athletics field. And Mary Baker from Regina played in the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League. And Thickwood, the book that I'm, and there's also over there that's painted to memorialize her. The book that I'll be publishing by Gail M. Smith, Thickwood, is about a girl who plays in that same league. It's actually set after she's played, although she could go back. And she's back in Saskatchewan at her family's horse ranch, and her ranch, not just horses, I guess, they have cattle. And it's they have a long-term lease, but the lease is going to disappear as it becomes part of the community pasture. I guess the largest community pasture in Saskatchewan is up there. And so it's all about how she deals with that and things like that. So it's full of horses, it's full of baseball, because she remembers experiences in the All-American Professional Girls Baseball League. So it's full of baseball, it's full of horses, a little bit of romance. She's a great character, the main character, Willow. And I'm really looking forward to bringing the book out. September, October, I think. There'll be an audiobook released concurrently. I've gotten grant money from Sask Books and Saskatchewan Arts Board to produce that. And yeah, it'll be a major new step for Shadowpaw Press to release something like that. And then concurrently I'll be releasing a YA book called The Emir's Falcon by Matthew Hughes. Although he's using Matt Hughes because it's a YA book. He's an award-winning author, best known for science fiction and fantasy, but has also written mysteries and many other things. Both of them have cover art by Tanya Crane, Cran, C-R-A-A-N, T-A-N-I-A, Tanya, who did, let's go down to college, who did the covers for my Shards of Excalibur series, which is why, look, thought that was frozen, and it wasn't, and I'm only wearing my runners, and I got my feet a little wet, which is annoying. She's the designer of the cover, did a great job of both of them. You can see them on the website at shadowpawpress.com. So those two will come out this fall, and about the same time as this Shapers of Worlds Volume 3 that I'm now kickstarting. If I mentioned the Kickstarter, it will come out. So yeah, very exciting times at Shadowpaw Press World Empire. I just wish I had a staff, because it's a lot of work for one person. Because I also have, before that, reprints to Tarot, which is a science fiction novel by Brad C. Anderson, and Stay, which is a middle grade novel in verse by Catherine Lawrence. I should have those ready to go, let's say May. Might be sooner. But no, I've never noticed the plaque here. What does the plaque say? Falls Residence, the Pink House. 1912, built for Omer T. Falls, construction inspector, building inspector. Wilbur Andrews, first president of Regina College and founder of the Conservatory of Music, lived here, and his wife was a crusader in the suffragette movement. It's been pink since 1960. It's the stick architectural style, highly popular in the 1910s and 20s. There you go. I don't think it's always been pink. Although I suppose if you live in a house that's called the Pink House as a nickname, you'd have to think long and hard before changing it. I don't know if it's business in there now or still a residence. Regina College, of course, is right over there. And Dark Hall there, official opening now has been set. We have tickets, April 21st. There's going to be a concert and a reception, and we'll go and see all the changes they've made there. Excited about that. And this was the Dark Mansion, as in Dark Hall. He was a butcher, and this was his house. Then it was a funeral home, and now it belongs to a fellow named Hall, which is why it's called Stone Hall Castle. he put a big addition on the end and tried to make it look like a medieval castle inside, but he's never finished the outside. It's been unfinished for years now, just cinder blocks. This new credit union building was built not too long ago. Of course, I just walked along College not that long ago, so this isn't new. I suppose really none of it's new, because I pretty much covered everything at this point. Make sure he's stopping. That one is still a private residence, as I pointed out before. I've been in there, it's very nice, as you'd expect, from the outside. This one was still a residence until not that long ago, but now I think it's all offices, business. This one, I don't know if they still live here. It's in a doctor's office. I'm not sure if they also live here. I don't think so, but I'm not sure. That's a famous one. Was it the Bronfmans built that? The liquor magnates. Oh hey, if I cross here and can do so safely, I could vary this by walking down by the there's a crosswalk. It's not really a crosswalk. There's a bike path, but it's kind of a crosswalk. It's not a marked crosswalk, so it makes it difficult to cross here. I guess I won't do that. I'll stay over here. There's a crosswalk at the next intersection, so maybe I'll take that one. I'll walk down by the Royal Saskatchewan Museum. This old house has the Regina Symphony Orchestra offices in it. Which reminds me I need to switch some tickets for a concert we aren't going to, for one that we would like to. So be able to cross here safely. They're all waiting anyway. That's the Royal Saskatchewan Museum in front of us. I'll go down the side of it here and around the other side, just for a different place to walk. This will still be a fairly short walk, but I'm stretching it out a little bit. It used to be called the Saskatchewan Museum of Natural History. And it became the Royal Saskatchewan Museum, and it's kind of home to Scotty, largest T-Rex ever found, out at East End, which oddly enough is in the west corner of the province, but it's called East End. I think the actual bones may still be out there at the T-Rex Discovery Center, but there's a cast of it on display here, along with many other great exhibits. It's an excellent museum. Bit of ice there. This will take us by what's actually the main entrance. The other side is also an entrance, but most people, because they park along here, are in the parking lot at the end here. Into the museum down here. You can see the bas relief of various animals up there. More ice than I expected. Not too slippery. Or maybe these shoes are better than my boots. My boots are supposed to be better. It's not actually a path, but it's kind of a path. And there's the main entrance. Free admission. So yeah, that's not really a path, but I could go that way. Maybe I'll do that, just to be different. It looks like it's probably okay. Not too wet. Be wetter when it's not below freezing like it is right now. So still quite a bit of snow lingering, even though it's been above freezing pretty much every day now for what? 2.5 weeks? 2 weeks? More than 2 weeks, but not much more than 2 weeks. Well, no, wait a minute. I've done 2 icy walks around the lake. And the week before that it was really cold. Yeah, I think it's been 2.5 weeks since I walked around the lake and it was minus 27. That's where they're piling up stuff for building the new swimming pool over there. I could tell this would be quite icky if it weren't frozen today, so. It's supposed to be plus 10 or 11 or something this weekend. So I wouldn't walk along here then. This path will become puddly for sure. Lots of snow still there, and the lake is still frozen, even though the creek is not. How long have we been out? Still not even half an hour, so. But I did walk 20 minutes before this, so my total walk is still my usual length. It's just because the first part wasn't streamed because of that weird phone not connecting to the higher speed cell connection. You didn't see that part. Trust me though, I did it. Had lunch, did some writing, and had a meeting at the bank with my wife and a bank type person, and here I am. I'll take the crosswalk because I suspect the underpass is still flooded. This is Albert Street Bridge, north end thereof. Can't tell how deep those puddles are. Got through all right. Lots of traffic on Albert Street. I get to stop it. See the Canadian, Saskatchewan, and Ukrainian flags currently flying there. It's going to be a long wait, this one. I don't know how it decides how long you should wait, but it seems to be a very long wait after you press the walk button. There it goes yellow, so that's our turn. And this bit of road, of course, I've walked along many times because when I come back from going around the lake on Friday, I come this way. Harrington Mews there, where Wally Knight from my Shards of Excalibur series lives, in a fictional house at the end of that very real cul-de-sac. His house has a swimming pool. I don't know that any of those do. It's really the one on the corner down there. That's where I always pictured it. Right up against the creek. The house at the end of the street here is the one that had all kinds of flashing Christmas lights. You can still see them on my pinned walk on my channel page. There's a walk around the neighborhood looking at Christmas lights still up there. You can come by here and see this one flashing away and playing music. My Christmas now was a quarter of a year ago. The ice situation is far better along here than it was even on Friday when I walked. Still a patch here and there. It doesn't even look that slippery. Shouldn't say that. That's a sure first step to slipping and falling, saying, it doesn't look bad. One of those famous last words things. Oh, that car's not going to hit us. Oh, it's not slippery. No, we can beat that train. All famous last words. Or not so famous, but last words anyway. Potentially. Or that dog looks friendly. There's another one. Can I pet the cougar? That's definitely a possible last words. I'll walk along Leopold just again to shake things up a little, and we'll end at my traditional stop sign if I do that. Little free library. Little free libraries for you and me. We went by Pink House. Little pink houses and little free libraries. For you youngins, that's a John Cougar Mellencamp reference. Later just John Cougar. I wonder what happened to him. Is he still alive? Is he still performing? I don't know. I saw a picture of Billy Joel the other day. He quit writing music, but he still performs. Don't know why he quit writing music. He just did. He put out a classical album, like piano compositions. I have it somewhere on CD. Only ever listened to it once, I think. So, whereas I've listened to his greatest hits album and Uptown Girl and all those things quite a lot. Great songwriter. Good. He's John Mellencamp, yeah. Oh, wasn't he John Cougar for a while? John Cougar Mellencamp, then I thought he was John Cougar for a while. And he went to John Mellencamp, but maybe not. Maybe it was the Cougar that went away. And he went from John Cougar Mellencamp to just John Mellencamp. Here in Saskatchewan we have John Melman Head. Got any number of them that put watermelons on their heads for rider games. Not quite as famous. Tomorrow's recycling, I must remember that. Here's my traditional stop sign at the corner of Ritalik and Angus Crescent, Ritalik Street, Angus Crescent. And a dog, I never do a walk without dogs. tree. Here we go. We will stop here. So, kind of short for the stream part, but if you add in what I did before, it's about the usual length. That's it for now. I should probably be back tomorrow, so I'll see you then. Bye.